Hi, welcome to Conversion Conversations. This is Cameron, and today I'm taking a look at Transformers Studio Series, I guess it's Transformers Generation Studio Series 86-08 Gnaw. And I'll start out saying I was super excited about Gnaw. I think I've gone on the channel a couple times that I've said that I don't have a ton of nostalgia for the 1986 movie that came out before my time. I've seen it a couple times, and the animation's great. But the story never really captured me. But I really like Sharkticons, and I got a bunch of them. So I saw that we were getting a new Sharkticon, and we're getting it in new colors, and it was a totally new mold, and I got excited. So here we've got Gnaw in front of us, and he's a good deluxe size figure. When I say a good deluxe size, I mean he's nice and big. I don't know if I'd call him a good figure, which we'll get into in a moment. This being one of the reasons. But if we hold him up, we can see that he's got great Sharkticon colors. I really like these painted green eyes, that little red on the forehead, and then on his chin, his silver teeth. Color-wise, he looks wonderful, and I'm really excited to have this color scheme in my Sharkticon army. I like, the white here and the black on top. I will say, in terms of his silhouette here, he is a little on the long side for my taste, and maybe this is accurate to how they look on the movie more, but I am definitely used to a more cutesy, round Sharkticon, and we'll pull in some others to show the horde off. So here he is next to a couple examples of the there we go, Power of the Prime Sharkticon mold. And here you can see, if we turn them sideways, we can see that this is just a rounder body, whereas this one's a little more elongated. And because these guys are so small and adorable, they also don't have any problem standing up on their feet at all. Whereas if you notice, I am really struggling to get Gnaw here to stand and stay standing. I got to kind of really angle him up to keep him up. Against a bigger Sharkticon, here's a Cyberverse Sharkticon, and we can see how those two look next to each other. And the Cyberverse is the size, but I think just this leg design and this joint up here, this ball joint that's using these hips, is way sturdier than what's going on with Gnaw over here. Gnaw has a mushroom peg, which I can thicken. I plan on thickening using future floor polish. But because of that, this basically provides a very little resistance to that rotational motion. And because he is longer, his center of gravity is out away from this joint. So he wants to tilt forward constantly, as we can see here. But if you're curious about what one of these guys will look leading a horde of Sharkticons, you might be able to, on a display, kind of trick it by using another Sharkticon to hold him up. And then here we've got our Studio 86 background and just a mess of Sharkticons coming at the camera. And I do really like how that looks. I think what I've discovered is that I don't need my Sharkticons to be much bigger than this size. I like them as little itty-bitty boys, especially because if we put an Alicon in the horde here, I like that the Alicon kind of towers over the little Sharkticons. I don't necessarily need him to be this big. This size Sharkticon makes me want a bigger Alicon. So I had originally picked up 2 Gnaws. We can see this other one in the packaging here. I picked up 2 because I was like, oh, I'm going to get a couple because I like to have a horde of Sharkticons. But now I actually think I only want this one. And then if they come out with maybe an update with some tighter tolerances and a new paint job, I'll pick up that as another Sharkticon. In terms of transformation, I will say that I do like his transformation. It's a little more involved than the regular Sharkticon mold, but it doesn't offset just this general joint failure, which is a real shame. And we want to see what he looks like up on a stand. Again, it's a little tough in this mode, but you can kind of use the stand to maybe hide the fact that he doesn't really stand up a little bit better. In articulation in this mode, we've got this gun that can go up and down. The tail can swivel. It can go up and down. We've got 360 on this little teeny tiny arm. The arm, I wish this was a ball joint instead of a pin joint because I'd love to be able to go in and out, but as is, we can really just go on the elbow this much. The head can move, that jaw, we can get really good chomping action. I do wish the head inside the Sharkticon was able to hide. It's funny because the heads inside these little Sharkticons, those can totally disappear. I'm surprised that they weren't able to figure out a way to make the bigger version hide better. It's both the Cyberverse and this version can't hide the inner robot head. And then we've seen the 360 on the hips. They can go in and out. The knee has a swivel at the hip and then a bend at the knee. No ankle tilt in this mode, but that's because they are really arms. And yeah, it looks real good in this mode. I just really need to spend a lot of time helping him pose, and then just I'm gonna take this peg off right here, and I'm just gonna put future floor polish all around this thing and just let it cure for a day or two. I might do 3 layers just to make sure this is thick enough so that it can stand better. It'll stand just fine once it's fixed. It just needs fixing, and I'm willing to bet that a lot of the toys are going to have this problem, which is unfortunate. Okay, so that is not in his Sharkticon mode. Let's get him transformed. We're going to start out, we're going to pull off the tail. We've already got the gun removed. We can straighten out these legs, get them out of the way. Take these arms, get them up and out of the way. Maybe I didn't mention it, but both sides of that head can move. We can come in on the back here, and we are going to lift up, right, like so. Get his back just up. Get the whole thing folded out of the way. And I do like the way that they keep the legs folded. I'll talk about that in just a second. We're going to lift the legs out. They are on pegs on each side. Those can come out nicely. We're coming in up top. This stomach area can swivel 180, like so. That comes up. We're going to bring down this section, like so. Lets us bring our Sharkticon head up and around. And it has 2 tabs here that are going to go, it might be hard to see, into slots right here. We're just going to make sure things click, like so. Bring this down, bring this head section back, turn that head around, and we've got our arms, which we can flip out our hands. So yeah, it's slightly more involved than the regular Sharkticon transformation, but does all the same stuff. There's a tab back here that we're going to just make sure it locks into place securely. And yeah, this is, let's get his head right, his little pudgy proportions. They are pretty cute. Give him his mace hand. Give him his gun hand. And here we've got Gnaw in his robot mode. And I think he does look pretty good in this mode. And yeah, in this mode, I think I do like his proportions a little better than the other Sharkticons. I like what draws my attention immediately compared to the other Sharkticon toys is just his feet. Like, those are very classic 80s robot feet. I really like the plastic they used here. It's got a more matte finish. Yeah, and his articulation's a little different in this mode. His head is on a swivel. We can get it around. It can go up and down a little bit due to that transformation joint. I will say I really, really like the way the eyes are presented in this toy. I don't know if that's all just shading or something, but there's just a lot of depth in those eyes. The shoulders are on a ball joint. They can go in and out that much. They can 360. There's a bicep swivel. It's all the same. There's a deep elbow crunch there. It's all the same articulation as the Sharkticon knee previously. He does, get that back in there. He does not have any sort of waist swivel, which is unfortunate, but a result of his transformation. His legs can go out. You got to kind of get things around the mold a little bit, but they can do the full Van Damme. They can go up this far. They can go back plenty. There is a deep 90-degree knee bend there. There is a boot cut, so you can get a little extra articulation there. And then they can, just like all modern generations toys, they've got that ankle tilt. And yeah, I think maybe like if you don't like the Sharkticon mode's ability to stand up or inability to stand up, and you don't want to future floor polish, maybe keep this guy in this mode and then keep the rest of your Sharkticons in Sharkticon mode as a horde around him. And he is, I think, the best looking Sharkticon we've gotten so far in robot mode. Here he is next to the Cyberverse version. So you can see, I mean, there is a price difference here, obviously. This is what Studio Series Deluxes are like $30-ish now. Here he is next to the little guys, and these, depending on which color scheme you get, nowadays I think they're anywhere between, maybe they're a little cheaper now, but they were originally like, what, 15 bucks, 10 bucks? Oh, gotta get those elbows up. Ooh. So yeah, if you've got a little horde of Sharkticons, then you can show them all in bot mode like this. But I really collect them for the alt mode. And in that respect, he is still a little disappointing. And I guess what I'm hoping for is maybe we get some recolors in the Studio Series line for different Sharkticons. And I hope we get an Alicon for Studio Series now, because I will say, I wish the Alicon was towering over Gnaw just a little bit more. I wouldn't mind a Voyager Alicon if we've gotten a deluxe Sharkticon at this point. I think that would look nicer. But other than that, I think Gnaw is not a toy I'd recommend. It's one that I'm having fun with, and I'm going to fix that hip issue, which is really frustrating. But it's not a toy I would recommend to anyone. In fact, this video is going to be a giveaway because the second Gnaw that I have, I'm not going to keep. I was originally going to, just have more Sharkticons, but I don't think I'm getting a ton of value out of having two of this mold without some sort of color change. So this one is going to be a giveaway. And like all my other giveaways, there is a question of the day that you're going to answer in the comments below. You answer this question and tell me that you want to enter the giveaway, and you'll be entered in, and 1 week from today I will announce the winner. So for Gnaw, I think what I want to know is there, because I'm going to fix these hips myself, would you all be interested in seeing a little tutorial? I think there's plenty of future floor polish tutorials online, and I thought it was pretty common knowledge, but someone I was recently talking to mentioned that they didn't really know what I was talking about when I said future floor polish. So I can do a quick video just on showing what the product is, how it works, and show the before and after on Gnaw's hips as my next video, and announce the winner in that one, if that's something you're interested in. If not, let me know and say that you just want to see another robot video, because I got plenty more of those coming. So that's my question of the day. If you'd like to win a Gnaw, and like I said, if you answer the question and say you want to enter the giveaway, then 1 week from today, I'll round up all the entries and draw a random name, and that'll get sent this Gnaw. Alright, that's it for today's video. Thanks everyone for watching, and have a great one. See you all next week.